All right. Hi, everyone, and welcome to our, what are we calling it? Sip and share tonight, backstage sneak peek, whatever you want to call it, into what we do in this awesome opportunity life of coaching. We've got some people on tonight that are brand new, like Samantha. She's literally a month in the business. I've been here for 6.5 years, and the other three are like scattered between that. Very new, some veterans. And we're going to hear from everybody. We're going to kind of go around, do like a little panel, and see what everybody was thinking and is thinking now that they've been exposed and in it for a little bit. So let's start and just kind of go around. Very basic. What's your story? How'd you get started? How long have you been doing it? Stuff about your life. Do you have kids? Are you working full time as well? That kind of stuff. So let's start with Allison. Go ahead, girlfriend.
So I started coaching 2 years ago, in 2018, and I am a full-time college student, which is crazy. So I started my first ever college experience. I'm 29 years old, 2 years ago, and I have 3 kids, 3 boys, and life is crazy. I'm busy all the time. And I just kind of like I have a past of like after having kids, like with postpartum anxiety and all that kind of stuff. And I just kind of felt myself falling into that again with my last child. And he was 2 months at the time when Brooke came into my life. And she asked me to, you'd be great at this coaching thing. And I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And then a few months passed and I was like sitting at my desk doing my schoolwork. And I was just like, what the heck? It's creeping up again. I need to take charge of this. I can't deal. Like, this is not happening, and I'm going to just like step on it before it happens. And then I thought about Brooke and what she had asked me. And, I got on a few sip and shares myself and, got to know what coaching was and what it really was. And I just got to the point where I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do this. And my husband was not super supportive at all at the beginning. And it was because he had no idea what it was. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do this and I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm just going to go all in and it's going to be awesome. And I did. And I mean, I tell people all the time, I'm like, I wouldn't be doing this still if I wasn't obsessed. And I just always talk about how, yes, there's the workout portion and the nutrition and, all of that, obviously, but what really keeps me going is just the accountability and the team and the positivity I'm surrounded by. It's amazing. And I try to get people all the time to understand that it's so much more than a workout, and that's why I'm still doing it. My story is pretty short and sweet.
Awesome. Jessica?
Cool. Thanks, Allison. I had no idea. It's nice to get to know that a bit.
Something new every time.
I know, it's nice. I feel like every time I'm like, yes. All right. So I'm Jessica. I am 38. I'm a special education teacher. Live with my boyfriend. We don't have any kids, no pets at the moment, any of that stuff. I've always been into working out and fitness, and like I go through lulls. It was actually last November that I was kind of at my heaviest that I've ever been. And I was like, I drew the line in the sand. I'm like, that's it. So I tried a couple of different things, was working out at school and was loving that. And then my gym teacher was also doing some boot camps in the morning that I was going to as well. But that kind of died out. And then I had thyroid surgery. So that was all off. And then in came the pandemic. And that's kind of, I think it was crazy. And so like before that, I was trying out different gym memberships and like they were all super expensive or didn't have the classes and I loved the classes or whatever. And so I actually think it was a sponsored ad that Brooke had put out, maybe, that I responded to. Just like, oh, if you want to be a fitness influencer, I'm like, yes, I do, because that would be awesome. It's always been something I love. So I got involved. I've been in 8, I think this is month 8, I think. So still pretty new, but really just loving it. And like Allison said, the team and the accountability and the support are, the physical change and all of that is fantastic. But there's also been a huge mindset shift that's been a life changer too. So
tell us about that. What's the mindset shift?
I think just, through the personal development, reading, and then also most of you know that I kind of embarked on this spiritual journey at the same time as Beachbody too. So kind of just I find that health and nutrition really and fitness really have a mental piece to it that people don't realize.
Right.
Like the trainers say it all the time, you're about to give up, and I swear they're calling me out. But it is, it's a grit that push through and keep going. Things are going to get hard, but change doesn't happen unless you put it in the work. It just doesn't.
I love that. Yeah. Robin, how about you?
Mute. Sorry. Can you hear me okay? My Zoom is always delayed. So I have been a coach now. I'm coming up on my 4-year anniversary since I signed up. It'll be at the end of this month. And I signed up because it was free, because I'm a military spouse. I wanted the discount. That was it. It's the only reason why I signed up. I was already doing Country Heat. I'm an autumn girl, and I came in for the fun. And my sister insisted that if I wanted to lose some weight, and I did, I was trying to lose weight for the Marine Corps ball. It was going to be my last one, and I wanted to look good in my dress because I had a 2-year-old at home, and I was eating like he was still nursing 6 times a day. So my sister insisted I needed to do the shake. She had done it before, and I had another military spouse that was a discount coach, and I signed up under her so I could get the shakes and get the discount. And after I started getting results almost immediately. I did 21-day fix, and most people that you talk to, if you go all in with 21-day fix, which means you do the workouts and you follow the nutrition, you are gonna have results. And I did. And we had a little group, and it was so much fun, and we shared recipes, and I thought, man, I could really do this. And then at that time, I just wanted to get my shakes paid for because I felt guilty spending money on myself. So I started bringing in some friends, fellow military spouses, because those are the easy ones to ask because they don't have to pay for a free discount. I just really loved being the coach, because I've never really, I'm a teacher, I'm a college instructor. I was a part-time college instructor, so I made no money, which is why I wanted to make money to pay for my stuff. And I just really like the accountability, and I'm very much a people pleaser. And if you are relying on me, then I will always show up for you. And that meant that I had to show up for myself. So it worked out really good. It was match made in heaven. We moved to Tennessee 2 years ago. My husband retired from the military, and I started working here as a part-time college instructor and working twice as hard and making half as much money. And I kept switching jobs to make less money. And thankfully, finally, the first summer that we were here, I did not work. It was the first summer I had not taught any classes in 6 years. And I decided that I was going to make Beachbody my full-time gig for the summer, and I went all in, and I did great. And then I kept getting jobs that would put Beachbody on the back burner. And then I kept picking it back up again. And this year I am not teaching any college classes, and Beachbody is my main job. And I get to do things like sub at my kids' school. I was the PE teacher today, and it was so much fun. I was doing planks and jumping jacks and teaching the kids proper form on their push-ups. And it was awesome. And I learned all of that, not because I'm a fitness instructor, but because I'm a very good student. And I listen to these fitness trainers tell you how to do everything. So now this is the thing that I want to do. And when I first started, my husband didn't even think I would do the workouts. And I've finished every workout that I have started, every program I've started. I've done several of them multiple times, except for 2. So joke's on him.
Awesome.
Right.
Jokes on him. I love it. So real quick, before we get to Samantha, I just kind of want to jump into different types of coaches, because I feel like people have kind of mentioned that they started out one way, they've kind of gone all in, they've taken some steps back because life, right? Like life happens. You have jobs, you have kids, you have things. So basically when you sign up as a coach, you sign up, it's one type of account, right? But with that account, you can be any kind of coach you want. So every single person with a coach account gets 25% off all of the products, which is huge. And my husband works in sales. We also make 25% commission. And I know that that's the best plan around. So a lot of people sign up just so that they can get that discount on our products because they're top of the line. Shakeology is a meal replacement and nothing on the market compares to it. So it's definitely one reason people sign up. Some people sign up because they want to be what we call, quote unquote, a hobby coach. Basically, they want to make a couple $100 here and there. They want to run some challenge groups. Maybe they might team up with people on the team and run them together. And then we have people that are all-in coaches. So you just heard Robin. She had, when she moved, she was kind of like a hobby coach and had her job as well. And now she's all in, and she started out for the discount. So I think that that's kind of normal and that's totally okay. So even if you come in and you're like, oh, time is kind of like a thing, especially right now while people have kids at home and the world's just kind of like a weird place, you can 100% make this business whatever you want to make it. And if you want to go all in and make it your full-time job and make what you're making in corporate America or teaching or whatever you were doing, you can absolutely do that. Or if you just want discounts on the best products, or if you just want to make some extra spending money, so that you can travel one day, maybe soon, whatever it is, you can make it your business, whatever that looks like for you. So it's totally specific to your goals and desires, and work you put in is what you're going to get out. So Samantha, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. I'm Samantha. This is week 7 for me. So my journey really started in March at the beginning of the pandemic. I was working for Delta Airlines. As you guys know, travel is a little bit different right now. I was living alone with a cat. And I thought, I've got to do something. So I started working out and posting to my stories on Instagram. And lo and behold, people responded. They would share workouts with me. They would say, thanks to you, I did sit-ups today. I ran for the first time. And it just gave me drive and energy that I didn't realize I was missing. And then as the pandemic continued, I gained the good old COVID-19 and I just ate all the food, exercised like crazy, but ate so many burritos. And so I was posting but not getting the results I wanted. And I actually responded to a Facebook ad with Brooke, similar to one of the other coaches. And she said, what are you doing? And we had this call and I explained what I was doing. You're kind of already doing the work. You're doing the job. And we talked more about it. And I thought, I need something different. And so I looked at the programs, chatted with Brooke several times. She answered all my questions and I jumped in and I started a challenge group about a week after I signed up. Have been running the challenge group ever since. I finished my first challenge yesterday, achieved some great results. I feel incredible. And I'm also in between jobs. So this has been a great way for me to pursue a new career, stay positive, get the results that I wanted. And I'm having a blast. New friends, new support group. And I feel the best I've felt in a very long time.
Awesome. So I'm Brooke King and I've been a coach for 6.5 years now. It's absolutely crazy that it's been that long. And I got started totally randomly. Eric ordered T25 off an infomercial. I was in kind of a crappy place. I had just had 2 C-sections within 18 months and did not want to be seen. And so we started with T25. And then when the 21 Day Fix came out, I had seen something on my coach's page and she was like, well, if you signed up as a coach, you'll get it faster and it'll be cheaper shipping. I was like, sure, sign me up as a coach, whatever. I have no idea what that even meant. No clue what I was getting into. All I cared about was my own results because I needed to fit in my sister's bridesmaid's dress that summer. And it was at the beach. So I was going to have to be in a bathing suit around people. And it was like desperate times calls for desperate measures. And I tried everything in my past. So 21 Day Fix again, and this is a lot of people get started on 21 Day Fix because it is fast and it is efficient. And if you put in the work, it's going to work for you. All of the programs do, but this one's super fast at 21 days. So I lost like 14 pounds and 12 inches in 21 days and felt amazing and wanted to stand on my roof and scream that to everyone because I knew that there was other people that had been where I was. And I wanted them to know there's a solution and there's an option here and we can get back into our jeans, ladies, like it's going to work. So I just started kind of sharing that. And I had no intentions of building a business. I don't even think at this point even had a clue what the opportunity was, like what could be possible. And so, you know, I just kind of was in it for myself. And then the first year I was really like a hobby coach. Every time I got results, more people were interested. So I'd make a couple $100 here and there, which was cool. And I was like, oh, this is kind of neat. And then lifelong corporate climber, I had started out in recruiting and ended up in HR. So like 20 years of HR. And I was sitting at my desk one day and I'm like, there has got to be something more to this life because I mean, you can only do so much in a corporate job. Like it's the same thing over and over and over again. And I was just like, ugh. And every idea I had, everything I wanted to do, you had to wait on so many things. So I was like, you know what? One of my biggest fears was, what are people going to think of me? And so I was like, you know what? Everyone knows I'm a coach because I've posted enough that they would know that I'm doing it. So I might as well just go all in and let's see what happens. And that year our team went from like Emerald, which means nothing to you, to Elite, which is like top of the company. And it was just amazing. It was so much fun. I have been on teams my entire life playing competitive sports, and to be a part of that felt exactly like that. And we just had a blast when we go to our conferences or when we travel. You know, we would be doing all the fun stuff in hotel rooms and just like being a team. So I'm obsessed too. Like Allison said, I definitely have grown a lot over this. I remember the first time Lauren asked me to speak on a call and I was like, oh my God. But it's just like, it gives you that kind of focus on your own goals and your own vision and your own life and kind of put your blinders on to what other people think, because at the end of the day, other people weren't paying my bills. And now what's been on my vision board my entire time I've been here is to get out of corporate America. And just in August, I was actually let go. But because of Beachbody, I've had the opportunity not to go back. And so we also just bought our beach house. And there's things that like, I have the chills because it's like insane to think that this can all come true, because you know it takes a long time to like really get that vision and then to see things kind of start happening. So it's been amazing. I absolutely love this business. I'm definitely all in, but you don't have to be like that to be successful. You don't have to be all in to get out of it what you might want. So with that, let's just kind of go around and talk about what we think coaching is, right? So everybody, like, what do you do as a coach? Who makes a good coach? Robin, who do you think makes a good coach? What does it take? You're on mute again.
Sorry. You know, the first thing is just a willingness to like work on yourself. So there's so much. We have had lots of talks about personal development. If you don't know what that is, it is definitely a good thing. It's good for you, working on, you know, making you feel better about you and finding the things that you don't necessarily, that you're not strong at, and trying to work on those. There's nothing wrong with any of that, and we should all be doing it. And also just, you know, being a product of the product is one of the things that is our main goal. So we tell you to work on yourself physically and mentally. So a coach needs to be willing to actually work out and try to eat healthy. And so which is great for someone who actually is in the process of their own journey, because then you're doing the things and you're sharing what you're doing. And we all take people along on this journey with us. It's not about being in the perfect shape, wearing the size, you know, 2 and having the 6-pack abs. I still don't have those. I've been trying really hard for them, but that's not the thing. You don't have to be a nutritionist. You don't have to be a fitness instructor. We have all those things provided for us. You just need to be a good friend, willing to be a motivator and willing to do work on yourself, and then willing to ask some people to come along and do it with you.
Right.
Catch
What
everything.
about, is there any like age, or is it just for women, or is there any specific job that makes you better than another?
Nope. No. So men, weirdly enough, it drives me crazy, seem to make really great coaches, but they're less, we have a hard time bringing them in, but when they get here, they're great. I'm in my 40s. Allison is in her 20s. We look the same age, I know. Huh?
But not for much longer.
Not for much longer, yeah. But yeah, no specific age.
And we have plenty of grandmas too.
Oh yeah, we've had a few people. Well, actually, Brooke's mom is a great coach. I keep trying to get my mom to actually do a little bit of stuff with it because she has a lot of friends that she works out and does everything with. But no, there really is no perfect fit. It's just, you need to be yourself, and people sign up and people do this with you because you are who you are. So,
Perfect.
does that cover everything?
Yeah, I think so. So Samantha, 1 month in, what do you think like your job description is as a coach?
Oh gosh, cheerleader.
Yeah.
Cheerleader. And I think vulnerability and transparency are really key. I feel like it is about being honest and showing that everyone has bad days, everyone has great days. You're all at a place and you have a goal of where you want to go, and you kind of know how to get there, but you're willing to take a whole group of people with you and support each other and cheer them on. I think if you have a big heart and you care about yourself and your health and wellness and other people, that's what's driven me. And the checking in with other people has actually been one of the best gifts of all of this. I feel like I'm getting closer to friends and family that are in this challenge group with me that I just haven't been close to these people in years, but now we're talking about what did you do? And here's a recipe. And how do you feel today? And are you sleeping better? And man, that I really don't like curtsy squats, but it's all just growing the relationships.
That's awesome. So Allison, you've obviously been here 2 years. What would you say coaching is all about? Anything different? I think you're on mute.
Pulled a Robin.
Uh,
I feel like I've always been the type that just like has always wanted to show people like that there's just more to life, and like I said, it's so much more than a workout or a nutrition plan or, all that kind of stuff. And I'm just not the type of person, I'm such a wildflower. Like I'm not the type of person that wants to just go through the motions and like live in autopilot forever. Like I needed more, right? And I feel like coaching has brought that out of me. Like some things that I just really needed to uncover have been uncovered, and it's amazing. And then just I feel like just it means waking up excited every day, right? Like just waking up knowing that there's more to your day than just your day job or being a mom and toddler tantrums and all that kind of stuff. And it just means like living life on purpose and showing people or bringing people in to do the same with you. Yeah, and I mean I just love the fact that I can share my story, be vulnerable and just be me and share my story, the good, the bad, and the ugly. The days that I'm not motivated, I'm human, is okay. And I love being able to bring people on board that just need to hear that.
for sure. So Jess, what is a day? And I know everybody's different, right? Especially right now with your work schedules because things are just chaos. But what does like your day look like? Everyone's always very worried about time. And I will just put a little tidbit in there that busy people are really good coaches people. So busy is not an excuse because when you're busy, you're really good at managing things, right? You know how to fit things in, and it really is kind of fitting pockets throughout the day and getting work done that way. How does your day look?
Yeah. So I'm a morning person. So I'm up and at 'em at 5:30. That's just, I prefer it. I get my Energize going. I normally take that into the bathroom with me. I know TMI, but that's where it goes. And oftentimes I start doing, we have like the activity tracker and stuff. So I start like adding, I do a lot of not the inviting piece in the morning first thing, because I would kill somebody even if my alerts don't go off if I got a message at 5:30 in the morning inviting me to go do something, right? So but I normally kind of just put out feelers there. I do my workout. I typically post on my stories at that point and then do like a little blurb. I try not to get too wordy, but I know I do. So post before work, have some breakfast, come up to work. During breaks is when I typically try to like invite and do that kind of piece of it. And then really, just with the 30-day breakaway, I've been doing my workout in the morning and my runs in the afternoon.
Okay.
So again, it's just sort of another opportunity then after the runs to post and reach out and sort of share that story.
Right.
But really, it's about like taking people along for the ride. So
And so you've heard a lot of people talking about sharing their story. And, it took me probably 2 years to figure out what my story even was. Cause I came here and I was like, I don't have this like crazy story. Like, what am I going to share? And, it took me like a while to kind of develop that and then to talk about it. And the reason that we share is because we are loving the products and want to share them with people and not just be salespeople, right? I know a lot of people have a fear of being a salesperson, or they're not good at sales, or they're not this. But let me tell you, people, when you love something, when you go to a restaurant and you like love it and you want all of your friends to go there, or when you get a new bag, or when you get the best pair of earrings, like you want to tell people. So when you come in here and you get results using these amazing products, you're going to want to tell people. And so that's what we do. We just share what we're doing. We run accountability groups. We have Facebook, a lot of people still use, or we do have a application tracker that people have been, developing and getting better over time. But we do have a BOD app as well. So everything Beachbody hands us, like an entire infrastructure with a back office, with posts for every single day in a challenge group. The work is already done for us. Beachbody hands us everything on a silver platter. We have resources out the wazoo of how to improve in areas if you want to specifically improve in something, or know something that you don't know already, or learn, or whatever. So it's really just, they've given us the entire infrastructure and it's ours to do with it what we want. So we run the groups that help people kind of get that motivation. And like Samantha said, we kind of are just everyone's favorite cheerleader, right? Like, we're here to help you and be by your side and be in that front row as you get your results and go from there. So I think a big thing, when we all started, right? Everybody was like, yes, or you say yes. And then the next day you're like, what did I just do? So let's go around and like talk about what fears you had, like what almost held you back. And then how much would that have stunk if it did, right? First of all, we wouldn't have even known each other. Alice and I would, because our kids were friends. But like what would happen? What if you never even gave it a chance? And what do you really have to lose? So Samantha, you're the newest, so we're going to put you on the spot first. What were you so afraid of that almost stopped you from joining us?
So I was so afraid of failure. I was so afraid of putting myself out there and saying, okay, you guys have been watching me work out since March. I'm not really where I wanted to be. And now I'm going to lead a team of people. Well, who am I to lead a team of people through exercise and fitness? And what if I don't get results? And what if I can't do it? And so all this self-doubt, which kind of, as other people have mentioned, was an area of growth for me. And I jumped in, and I cannot imagine the last 7 or 8 weeks without this, because I wake up every day and I post to my group. And as I'm falling asleep, I check in with people and share photos and ask how people are doing. And I just finished a program yesterday and posted my results. And literally, since we've been sitting on this call, 3 people have messaged me and said, what are you doing? I want to do it too. So not only did I achieve results, I have a team I'm leading that we're more connected. They're all achieving results. And I feel happier and more content with how my life is going since this started. And for me, in the middle of this, my parents were hospitalized with COVID, and it was awful. It was one of the hardest things I've ever been through. And here's Brooke, this person I've just met, checking in on me every day. What are you doing? Are you eating? How are you feeling? And this whole group of women just supporting me. So I can't imagine what the last 8 weeks would have been like without this. It's just been fabulous for me. And my fears did not come true.
And everybody's doing better, right?
Yes, much better. Thank goodness.
All right, Allison, what was your fears?
First of all, Samantha, you
700 times.
You should have a podcast, Samantha. Your voice and like your flow. Like, are you reading this? You're not even reading this. This is
nope.
Okay. Anyway, so for me, I said yes that day, right, to Brooke when I was sitting at my desk feeling just like bleh, right? And I felt really good that day. I was like, I feel so good about this. This is so meant for me. Like, I know that everything I've been wanting to do my whole life, this is going to like kind of bring it out of me. And then the next day, I got super anxious. I was like, oh my gosh, like, what did I just say yes to? Like, I feel like she's killing it. She's like this star diamond, whatever. And her teammates are killing it. And like, I just kept comparing myself. I kept doing having all these thoughts of like, there's no way I can do that. And I knew from the beginning that if I wanted to work the business and if I wanted to become successful, I had to put myself out there. And, you know, at the time I didn't feel like I could even help myself. So how could I help other people? And then I just kind of took a step back, and I feel like everyone has to do this at the beginning. I took a step back and I was like, you know what? Just take it one day at a time. Share that day. Don't try to accelerate it and make people think that you're like on this other level. You know, just like show that day. How are you feeling that day? What if, you know, how are you doing with coaching on that day versus like feeling like you had to be Brooke all of a sudden or whatever, you know? And ever since that day, I just was like, you know what? I got this. Like, I was inspiring people. And if you jump in and you're like, oh, you know, I need to be them in order to be successful, you're not going to be successful. The successful people are the people that show from day one that they are relatable, right? And then, you know, you just take it one day at a time. But I had to like take a step back and realize it's not just me going out and like asking everyone to do this. It was me sharing genuinely how I feel day by day. And that's what drew people in.
Well, I think that's so important that you shared that. So I want to stay on that for a second, because I think that, you know, everybody, there's a lot of coaches out there, right? But what makes this possible is because every single person is attracted to someone different, right? And we're all unique and we all offer something different. So the people that you're going to bring in and the people that are going to join you are going to be very similar to you, because they're attracted to something that you've gone through or you've shared or you know, are going through. And so they relate to you. And that's what we teach you when you start coaching. We'll teach you how to, you know, create your avatar and who you're talking to in your post and really crush it. So that's awesome. Okay, Robin, what were you afraid of?
Did it right this time. So I mentioned in the beginning that I signed up because it was free for the discount, because I didn't have very much money and I didn't want to spend money on myself. So I was really worried in the beginning that I was going to spend more money than I made. So, you know, it was really about, you know, I started out as the discount / hobby coach, and I just didn't want to be spending money and not having money come back to me. And within the first month or 2 months, my Shakeology was paid for. And so the thing that I started for to get the discount on, and that I felt so guilty spending money on myself for, was paid for pretty quickly. And that goes along with that 25% commission that Brooke was talking about, which my parents are in sales. I swore I would never do sales for a job ever, because I grew up with my parents. They make 10% commission. So 25% is huge on commission. The other thing I was really worried about is posting on social media and like actually sharing bits about my life. And there are still some things where I'm still hesitant, like I don't want people to know this. And then every time I put myself out there and post something about a bad day that I had or something that just wasn't going right, or I feel like people are sick of seeing me post my workouts, or that I'm actually like eating healthy or going and running 2 miles like I did today, I will get a message from somebody that tells me how inspiring I am, how they're going through the same thing, how much they appreciate that I have put myself out there, because now they know it's not just them. People telling me that I've motivated them to get up and go for a walk that day, or like, you know, eat something different for lunch. And we all have our days and we all eat our snacks, and you know, I gained the COVID-10. I'm trying to stop it before it gets to 19. But just even sharing that, you know, that it's okay that even somebody like me who's been working out for 4 years and who knows how to eat right still can slip, and it's okay, because we're all, you know, right now, whatever makes you feel good is better than what makes you feel bad. But let's get back on the horse. So, you know, really all of that, the social media, the money, yeah, I'm making way more money than I'm spending. Woohoo! which is why I can afford to sub, because it's not lucrative. And I've made so many more friends, and really it makes me feel good when people tell me now that something that I've posted really resonated with them and has motivated them. So
let's talk money. Let's stay on that for a second, because, you know, a lot of companies that are network marketing companies, they do make you buy this huge entry bundle where you have to spend like thousands of dollars just to get like entered and get all their products so that you can have them on hand. A lot of companies make you carry product, right? So you can have mascara to hand out and sell on the go or whatever. Beachbody does none of that. And you do not have to buy anything you're not using. So basically, rather than going to GNC and supporting someone else, you're buying something from your own company. And like I had said, Shakeology is the best meal replacement shake on the market, bar down. And our performance line is backed by the Ironman. So we have the best of the best, and it's amazing. And so you do not have to buy anything that you don't want. We make commission 25% on everything, but it's also a binary system where there's like 9 different ways that we get paid every single Thursday. There's like team bonus, there's fast start bonus. So for someone new that comes in and does awesome right off the bat, they get a bonus for that. There's tons of bonuses down the line where people can get as they grow in the business. Like I said earlier, it's really whatever you want to put in is what you're going to get out. The opportunity for income is insane because you can literally work your butt off and make more money. You want a promotion, you can go get one tomorrow. You don't have to wait until it opens up at your job and you're qualified and you have been in this position for 3 years. Samantha already got promoted last week, her first, week in the business. So, really, you start out and you can make it whatever you want. You can go down the path that you want. There's so many different ways to go about it. And there's really nothing to lose. Jessica, what were you afraid of?
I think I was most afraid of, sort of a combo of what Samantha and Robin had both said, the fear of not being successful, and also like the fear of putting myself out there on social media. Like I would post every once in a while, but not really. Like I was never big into that. So the fact that like somehow I muted myself again, that was weird. So the fact that, sharing my story and being so vulnerable, I was afraid that I was going to lose friends, or, I would alienate people, or, and maybe some of that happened like along the way, but, really just showing up for myself every day and having a team of people there to show you that they're doing, they're in the trenches with you too. It's been great. And like what Brooke said, like you get out of it what you put into it. And, I have my moments of self-doubt and it shows, and that's okay, but just to be consistent and keep showing up, definitely you see results. So.
Awesome. So I'd say like a lot of people have talked about self-doubt, fear of failure. A big one we get is time. That's people say they don't have enough time. You guys, literally, when you start working this business, your job is to do your workout and do your program and just share that. It's not a lot of time. And when people say they don't have enough time, I'm like, what amount of time are you thinking? Like, what are you thinking you're going to be doing? But it's really just you. And we have workouts in our library that literally start at 10 minutes and can go up to 45, depending on how much time you have in the day. So time is such a relative term. And it's, I started, like I said, I had 2 kids under 2. I had a full-time job. And I had no idea that I needed this so bad because I needed like time for myself. And even if it was talking to people on a Zoom call, it wasn't changing diapers and it wasn't doing all the things that like independent Brooke had been not able to do. So it was really great for me, and it gave me something to do for myself and fun too, because it was people living the same life that we were doing. So time is always something people are concerned about. Don't worry about that. You have plenty of time, I promise. And you can fit it in your day throughout, however it's going to go. If you're already working out and taking care of yourself, you're already doing the job. So you might as well get some money for it and get paid for it, right? So what's going to happen, right? So you want to join us because it's awesome and it's so fun and you can see yourself on our team. What we'll do is over the first like 3 days. You're going to talk to your coach. They're going to get you signed up. They'll get you in the system. You'll get access to everything. They'll get you into their challenge group so that you can start a program yourself and you can focus on really showing up there and you can see what the challenge groups are all about. They'll get you into a new coach training mentorship group so that we can walk you through literally step by step how to be successful, right? So there's a training, you can go through it or not, that will take you through what you need to do to create success quickly. And then, you know, the rest is history. And then you're in the team, you get introduced into our team page, which is like going into a party where you don't know anyone. And, you know, your coach will make this cute little graphic and everyone will be so excited. And you're like, most popular person here, this is amazing. So it's really, you have a whole team, like you're not signing up for something and being left out in the cold. We are here to help you. And you have a insane support system to help you every single step of the way. And it's just, you know, it really is like, think about what is the worst thing that could happen. The very worst thing, Samantha's been here for 6 weeks, right? 6 weeks. And the very worst thing is that she just crushed a workout and got insane results, is feeling amazing. Whether she ever builds a business, she has had huge success. And she feels on top of the world right now because she came in and she committed to herself for 21 days. And that in itself is a huge win. You know, what, if anything, you decide to do past that, that's totally up to you. And what you do and what your business looks like can be totally different than anybody else. So that's my final spiel. Does anybody else have final words, or what's your favorite part, or anything you want to leave people with? You can just chime in.
I'll just reiterate that you're not alone. Whatever question you have, whatever thing you're like, oh, this is probably a dumb question, there are no dumb questions, and everybody is so kind and helpful. You almost can't fail because there's just so many people to help you with whatever it is you're trying to figure out.
Right. Totally.
Totally. And you just got to do it to know, you know, like I always think about that, and it's like my slogan. Because yeah. I'm always telling people, I'm like, they're like, they ask me all these questions and I'm like, I had the same questions for no reason, because you literally have to live it every single day and just take it one day at a time, like I was saying earlier, and then it all comes full circle.
I mean, and on that note, there are no contracts. You can sign up today and quit tomorrow if you want. You can, it's very easy to quit. You come in and you're like, this is not what I was expecting. That's fine. You know, no one's going to hate you for that. Robin, Jess, anything?
Well, I mean, I just really wanted to say, like, what is there to lose? Like, the worst thing that could happen is like Samantha has shown, like we've all shown, is amazing results, and you feel good about yourself and you get in shape. Like that's by far like the worst that could happen, right? So yeah, anyways, it's an amazing team. I just love it. It's fantastic.
And you know, I've been doing this for 4 years. I have worked my butt off doing lots of jobs where I got no reward. The students were actually awful to me. I taught science classes with lots of type A people in college, horrible. And now because I make money doing this, I'm like the hero at my kids' school. Like, everyone is so excited to see me come in and subs make no money. I love the fact that I'm getting to go in and sub and not have to worry about not having any income coming in and not being able to pay for the stuff that I'm using, because now I can. And then I get to do all this other stuff. And again, today was pretty sweet getting to be the PE teacher. So, you know, this is not what I thought I'd be doing at 40, and I'm 42. I'm so glad I am able to. So
awesome. All right. Well, if you're watching the recording back, we are so excited, and we're looking forward to seeing everyone in the team page soon. Bye, guys.